We have all heard of a rags to riches story, and Steve Harvey is one of them. Today, Steve Harvey is a mainstay name in Hollywood and in most households. Today, most everyone can tell you who Steve Harvey is. However, it hasn't always been that way, and it was a long road to get to where he is. Steve Harvey is well recognized in television as one of the most popular game show hosts and talk show hosts, and is one of the wealthiest men in show business. To look at him today, you would never know that at one point in his life, Steve was trying to survive on the streets in some of the most desperate of situations. His rags to riches story is one that is inspiring and full of lessons that will show you that perseverance does pay off. Steve Harvey has told his story over the years of how he went from washing up in a hotel restroom to a net worth of $200 million. In his story, there is no fairy godmother, crystal ball, or even a four-leaf clover. It was Steve Harvey and his will to succeed. He also credits God for giving him the tenacity and drive to keep going, even during his most down and out days where all he wanted to do was curl up in a ball, cry, and throw in the towel. It was God's voice, he claims, that told him if he would get up and keep going, he would lead him to places Stephen never dreamed possible. So that was what he did. He got up, shook the worry off, and kept going. His determination led him to his first gig at the Apollo in 1993, and a spot on Cedric the Entertainer, and eventually a spot on the late Bernie Mac King's of Comedy tour. And these were just the beginning opportunities for this talented TV star. Steve Harvey is married to the love of his life and is the father of 7. Steve's lessons in life started early on with his own family life. He watched his father work hard to raise and support his family and, above all, love his mother. One of the biggest lessons Steve's father taught him that you always take care of your family. Even on the days you don't want to show up, you show up. He says that he learned early on how failures are just life lessons. Without failure, you have nothing to draw from as a way to learn. When you fail, you pick yourself up and find the hidden lesson in the failure and move forward with the new knowledge. First and foremost, Harvey is a comedian. He has built his entire career on making people laugh, and it's his ability to make people laugh that has landed him from one small gig to the next, and finally to where he has today, a popular TV figure, commanding multiple popular TV shows. He can also add author to his autobiography since he has had his best-selling book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, published in 2009, which has also been adapted into a blockbuster movie. Steve Harvey's fortune may have started with small comic roles and stand-up comedy gigs, but today, the bulk of his fortune has been rolling in due to the multiple opportunities that really brought Steve's name into the light. Steve hosted his own radio show, The Steve Harvey Morning Show, from 2000 to 2005. He also took over the famous Family Feud game show in 2010, and as of 2012, it has been ranked as the second most popular game show watched on the Game Show Network. He also hosted a show titled Little Big Shots, a family show that is guaranteed to make you feel good. The show immediately became popular because Steve knows how to interact with kids, and that is what the show is all about. It focuses on kids and their incredible talents of all kinds. At the end of 2018, it was announced that Harvey would be the host of the 8th annual NFL Honors. According to Steve, he wanted to host the honors for a while, going as far as to say in his opening monologue, "What took y'all so long to ask me to host the show?" He returned to host the 9th annual show the following season. In 2019, Harvey announced the launch of a learning hub called Vault. He also spoke at the first Vault conference held in Los Angeles. Outside of TV fame, Steve Harvey launched a dating site to help women become dateable. He now also spends a lot of his time with his charity, the Steve Harvey Foundation, that offers mentoring to young men, especially those who are fatherless. He wants to show young men how to live life to their best ability despite their less than perfect home life situations. He knows that at age 65, He has a lot to offer to those who are less fortunate, and to the world in general. Steve Harvey has been fortunate enough to reap the benefits of his natural gift of comedy and his ability to relate to people of all walks of life. He has made a career and built his fortune around his gift of gab and laughter. People are naturally drawn to him, and TV networks know this. It seems like no matter what Steve Harvey does, no matter show he makes an appearance on, it gets attention. It's no wonder why Steve has become one of the wealthiest TV personalities in today's entertainment world. I have no doubt that Steve will still be a household name for years to come. Steve Harvey has conducted many interviews over the years with different magazines and media outlets, and he likes to tell his story of how he went from rags to riches. He has explained where his drive for hard work comes from, and it always goes back to his days of despair. He will let you know that after spending time in the 1980s being homeless and living on as much as $50 a week, this is what drives him towards success. He says he will never forget what those days were like, which were at times excruciatingly painful, and he will never allow that to happen again. He claims that if he loses one gig, it drives him to go get 3 more. He has vowed to never slow down, and hasn't yet. He laughs when talks about how busy he is, stating that he may not have any free time, but he has 12 jobs. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.